Hello everybody. How are we doing today? I hope you guys are all doing awesome and enjoying your weekend. If you have the weekend off or if you are working, that you are having a good day at work. This recipe I am making today is just going to be super fun and easy. I know a couple of you have asked for some more air fryer recipes, so I thought I'd do an air fryer dessert recipe today. Is it alive? Yeah, thank you. So don't forget when you jump on to leave a reaction on the video so that you can get entered into the giveaway at the end of the show. Every 40, 80, 120 live views that we have is a giveaway that we will do. They are always Pampered Chef giveaways. I am a Pampered Chef consultant, so it's always awesome gifts from Pampered Chef. I am just going to take this time to share this live video into some cooking groups. If you guys want to do the same, I would appreciate it. The more people we have watching, the more giveaways we get to do. So definitely get those shares out there. Let everybody know that I am on. My live video is not even showing me comments, let alone not showing me if somebody is on. I see that there is 60 of you watching, but it actually isn't telling me that anybody is watching down at the bottom of my screen, so that's fun and exciting. Hello, you guys. How are you? Hello, Christy and Katrina. Hello, Buffy and Talon. Yes, awesome. You've caught me live. Hello, Deborah. I am doing well. Hello, Philip. How is everyone? I'm doing as well as to be expected with recent events in my life. But we are just going to keep moving forward. We're going to make this yummy recipe today. It's going to be super quick, easy, and simple. Little air fryer recipe. We're going to be making little churro apple pie bombs in our air fryer today. If you don't have an air fryer, I do have at the bottom of the recipe a way to do them in the oven, just in case. Hello, Kathy and Carrie, Twyla and Susan, Christy, hello, you guys. How is everyone? Hello, Michelle. Yes, Jason, you could say whatever you want, and I wouldn't know because I can't see it on my phone. 2 hours later and dark here. Yeah, the time change happened last night. Hello, Wayne. How are you? And Jeanette and Biscoff. Hello, you guys. How is everyone? Don't forget to get those shares out there and leave a reaction on the post. Thank you, Susan. Hello, Sue and Cassidy. Azuzina, I am just going to take this time. I'm going to share this post really quick onto a couple of pages, and then we will get started. If you guys want to share it as well, please do so. And just remember to leave a reaction on the post so that you can get entered into the giveaway that'll be at the end of the show. You do need to be present to win, so don't forget that. You only have 2 minutes to comment that you are here to claim your prize if you do win, so just make sure that you are here and paying attention. This recipe is going to be super fast today, so there won't be a lot of downtime, so try not to walk away from your phones. If you want to be in the giveaway, I am just going to share this 2 more places, and then we should be good to go. Just make sure if you share it anywhere that it doesn't violate the terms of the group that you're sharing it to. Nothing worse than getting kicked out of a group for something like that. So just be careful.
Hungry.
You're already hungry. Oh boy.
I can't wait.
Can't wait. You say hi to everybody, Kingston?
Hi.
Alright, you guys, so that is all shared. Hello, you guys. Sherry and Marilyn. Deborah, hello. Susie made apple pie filling this fall, and we used it. Normally when I make apple pie, I do make my own apple pie filling, but for this recipe, we're just going to keep it plain and simple. Keep it quick and easy. Hello, Rose. How are you? Marcia, thank you for sharing. Barbara, hello. Lucy, Sue, everybody is saying hello to you, Kingston. Yes, we are making churro apple pie bombs. Hello, Michael. How are you? Marilyn. Hello everybody, thank you for sharing. We are gonna get started. Oh, it finally popped up on my screen over there, so that's awesome. We're gonna get started. So since we're making it in the air fryer, we don't need to preheat the oven, but if you do wanna make these in the oven, you use the same directions as you would the air fryer. Preheat your oven to 375 and bake for 15 to 17 minutes. So, yes, you are so welcome. Hello, Kitty, how are you? Sherry, hello, you guys. Get those shares out there. All right, we are going to be ready to go. Yes, you guys, I knew some of you wanted these air fryer recipes, so I thought I'd pick one. It looks really delicious. I mean, you really can't go wrong with a dessert in the air fryer. Becky, you are so welcome. I'm glad you received your gift. So we are going to get started. I am going to open up my apple pie filling. You can find this in the baking section of your grocery store. If you want to make your own apple pie filling, you can definitely do that if you have a family recipe that you really, really love. But if you want to just keep it nice and simple, you can just use the canned apple pie filling. Hello, Erin and Beverly. So get our apple pie filling open here. This is the brand that I like the best from the grocery store. It smells so good. But they are big chunks of apple, and since we are putting them into tiny little biscuits, I am gonna dump this into my manual food processor and give it a little bit of a chop in the manual food processor. Chop up some of these apples into smaller pieces. You kind of want to dice them up. If you don't have one of these manual food processors, just go into the can with a knife and a fork and get it all chopped up into smaller pieces so that it doesn't overwhelm your biscuit dough that we are going to be using. You're going to want to use Pillsbury Grand biscuits. I chose to just buy the original brand of the Grand's biscuits. They have so many different flavors of the Grand's biscuits these days, so if there's a different biscuit that you like, definitely go for it. I put all of my cutting mats in the dishwasher. I do hand wash them occasionally, but when I'm using them for things like onions or meat or anything like that, I do throw them into the dishwasher. They do really well that way, and I feel like they get a lot more sterilized and clean by putting them in the dishwasher. All right, you guys, so I am just using this. It's chopping up our apples for this recipe. Getting them all chopped up, and then we will be good to go. It's just doing the bottom layer of apples. It's a little bit harder because of how thick the apple pie mixture is, so I'm just going to give it a little bit of a toss, get these smaller pieces that are already chopped up out of the way, and get these bigger pieces of apple down where the blades are so that we can get it all chopped up for this recipe. Always make sure that your center prong of your manual food processor is lined up or it won't work. This will be really interesting, Becky. I have never made these before. They look delicious, so I'm hoping that they turn out amazing. Kitty, I'm sorry it keeps freezing on you. I'm not sure why it would be doing that. Hello, Connie and Michelle. How are you? I hope you guys are all having an amazing weekend. I hope you guys are excited for the week ahead. Tomorrow I will be teaching my second cooking class at the Burlington Elementary School just down the street from where we live. So I'm excited about that. We're going to be making mini pepperoni pizza, bagel pepperoni pizzas, and a veggie roll-up wrap in class. So I'm excited to teach the kiddos that. Good evening, Robert. How are you? Lynn, hello. All right, so we've got our apples all sliced up. They don't need to be perfect or precise. You just want them chopped up so that we don't have huge pieces to go inside of our biscuits. I am going to preheat our air fryer at 350 for 5 minutes. Preheating an air fryer is just turning it on, picking a temperature, and letting it sit there and preheat. I do this when I am making pork chops in my air fryer. It just tends to cook a lot more efficient and a lot more even when you do preheat your air fryer. So I just go over here, 350, and just start letting it preheat like that. Cinnamon applesauce. That would be interesting. I think it might be a little runny doing applesauce like that. You do want the big chunks of apples for this recipe. Yes. I totally agree, Talon. You guys, they are going to be so good. Philip, I'm sorry. Facebook has been giving everybody a hard time recently with these videos. I don't know what's going on between me not being able to see my comments and all sorts of stuff, but we'll get it figured out. We have our biscuits here, and we are actually going to just split them in half. What I like about the Grand's biscuits is they are flaky biscuits, so they are very, very easy to split in half. So we're actually going to have double the amount for this recipe because we are splitting all of these biscuits in half. What's also good about splitting them in half is the dough won't be as thick, and so you won't run into them being undercooked because we were using too much dough. So do make sure that you split your biscuits in half so that you aren't dealing with a whole lot of cook time in the air fryer. I agree, Facebook is definitely on the struggle bus lately with all of their updates and changes. They're keeping all of us business folk on our toes and not really giving us much help on the backside of it to tell us how to handle all these changes. Hello, Mary Lou, how are you? So I have all these biscuits. We have split them in half. I'm just going to kind of go around, and you can either roll them out with a rolling pin or you can use your hands like this, and you want to make about a 4-inch circle, give or take size. You are going to want to use like a silicone baking mat, or you can use parchment paper so that it doesn't stick. But we're just going to kind of stretch them out here.
Mama,
Yeah?
almost done.
No, not almost done.
I'll help you, Mom.
I don't need any help, but you can sit and watch, baby. I know, you guys. I know you want to help because you're hungry, but I promise they'll be done soon, okay? So we're just going to roll these out, stretch them out. You want to stretch them out, make them nice and thin so that when we spoon our apple mixture into it, we have enough dough to be able to wrap it around the filling and pinch it tight and roll it into a ball to make our pretty little apple pie bombs. I love using my air fryer too. We use it at least once a day, if not more than that. Thank you, T. Love you. Text you soon. So we're just going to kind of pull these out, stretch them out, nice and gentle. They don't need to be perfect. They don't need to be all the same size. Like I said, you just want enough dough to work with to be able to wrap up the filling around this dough. The more I stretch these out, the less room I have on this cutting mat. I should have brought out 2 of them. Yes, Jason, it was actually Eileen and I that did this. If you ever want deep fried Oreos, this is a good alternative. You use biscuit dough like this, you stretch it out, and you wrap it around an Oreo and you air fry it, and they are delicious. Cover them in powdered sugar, and they are really, really good alternative if you don't want a bunch of deep fried food. Air fried Oreos were actually super good. But best to eat them when they are still piping hot from the air fryer. When they cool down, they're not as good. Yes, Lucy, so to do this in the oven, you'll preheat your oven to 375, and you will bake them for 15 to 17 minutes. So yes, they can be done in the oven if you don't have an air fryer. That information is at the bottom of the recipe, so you won't have to try and remember it or write it down right now, but it will be on my page. It's at the very, very bottom of the recipe on how to use your oven for them. Yes, you can make a glaze for dipping your Oreos in. We had corn dogs and onion rings for dinner last night in the air fryer as well. I did make them live, Marcia, so if you go back onto my website, momfuelinghungryboys.com, if you go onto there and type in Oreos, it will pull up, and the YouTube video is there of my live video making those Oreos live. We did make them 2 different ways. We made one and we made our own dough and wrapped them, and then we did ones with the biscuit dough. I definitely recommend just using the Pillsbury biscuit dough. The ones that we made that were supposed to be way healthier dough were not very good. It was a very, very thick, dense dough around the Oreo, and it wasn't very good. So if you do go back and watch the live air fried Oreos, I will warn you, the other dough we made is not a good way to do the deep fried Oreos.
I got my PC.
You got your blanket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me do that like this.
Okay. So we're going to stretch these out. Like I said, you can use a rolling pin if you want to. We're just going to stretch them out.
Thank you.
It's okay. Thank you, baby. Then we're going to spoon the filling into all of them. We're going to wrap them up, roll them into balls, and then we're going to bake them. While they're in the air fryer baking, we are going to melt butter, do some cinnamon and sugar that we are then going to roll these bombs in when they're all cooked up to give them that outside churro sugar cinnamon flavor. So that will be really good. I have not tried bacon wrapped Oreos. I know it might sound sacrilegious, but I really am not a big avid fan of bacon. I love bacon for breakfast. But other than that, I keep it away of most of my other foods. I think it's a really overpowering flavor, and I think it kind of takes over. It kind of takes over the flavor of stuff. So I try not to use bacon very often for that reason. So I don't think I'd be a fan of bacon wrapped Oreos. So I'm gonna just add this apple pie filling, just spoon a little bit in there. That's Mama's. This Mama's for her phone.
Put that back.
Wait, I don't need to put it on right now. So my air fryer is all preheated and beeping behind me. You can do these in batches depending on how many you can fit in your air fryer. If you have the Pampered Chef air fryer, we obviously have our 2 different shelves, so you can cook quite a few of these. You want to keep them about 2 inches apart from each other. So if you have the regular air fryer that has the basket, just make sure you don't overwhelm the basket so that that dough has room to expand and bake. Because if you put them too close together, you will have raw dough spots where your biscuits touch. So always keep that in mind when it comes to the air fryer, you guys. It is air frying, so if the air can't circulate, it's not going to cook evenly that way. So always, always, always be careful. Don't overwhelm your air fryer like that. The more space it has to circulate that air, the more even your things will cook, whether it's meat or if it's apple pie bombs, you name it. You just want to make sure, just like when you're baking cookies in the oven, that you keep your cookies spaced further apart so that they can bake evenly and be delicious. Hello, Jennifer. How are you? So we are just making these apple pie churro bombs. The churro part being the cinnamon sugar that's going to be on the outside of these. It's going to be so good. I'm just kind of avoiding some of the bigger chunks of apple that I still had left from the apple pie filling. Now, so we've got these in here. We are going to stretch this out, pull your sides together, pinch them together, and then we're gonna roll them into a ball so that they are just a little apple pie bomb. These are way easier than when I tried to make the pot stickers, so that's a good sign. I am going to make sure these are pinched together on the bottom. Obviously, it won't be the end of the world if it starts to ooze out, but just like that, I pinched it together on the bottom, and then I'm going to lay them on my air fryer tray like this. I did put tin foil on ours because our trays have these wire diamond pattern, and that does have a tendency to transfer when you are baking something in our air fryer, and I didn't want them to all have that kind of checkered on the bottom of it, so I did put the tin foil so that it kind of protects them from getting that funny design. Yes, Deb, just fork it. That is definitely my catchphrase now. Anytime I'm making anything like this, just close it up and get it done. So we're just making these little bombs. Remember, they will expand as they bake. So you want to leave room between each of the bombs so that they have room to grow. It's going to be so good, you guys, and you can just reheat them in the air fryer. If they have cooled off and you want to eat them, you can make these in the oven as well if you don't have an air fryer. I know not every house has an air fryer, but I'm sure it will be a staple in most homes, like a microwave here in the next few years. Everyone will have an air fryer. So the apple pie filling does have seasonings in it, and that's why we use it. It has the apples and it has sugar and cinnamon, so that is in your apple pie filling. And then we're gonna do cinnamon and sugar on the outside as well. So we'll have cinnamon and sugar on the inside with your apples from your apple pie filling. I was thinking earlier today that I'm sure you can use any kind of pie filling that you want to make these guys. So if you want to do blueberry or strawberry or even pumpkin, you could probably follow this same recipe and use whatever kind of pie filling you want at the store. But that's what's good about the canned pie fillings, is that they do come with those seasonings in there already, so you don't need to add anything else. You will smell it when you open that can. They smell so good. You can smell that cinnamon and those apples. That's another reason why I use the brand that I do, because it is known for how good they smell right out of the can. You don't have to add anything extra to it, making it really easy for you to kind of make a treat like this without having to put a whole lot of extra work or effort into it. If you want to just make these on the fly, or if you are going to a gathering and you want to make these but you don't have a lot of time, super easy to do. Hello, Crystal. Yes, cherry pie filling with some glaze on it would be delicious. Raspberries, strawberry rhubarb. There are so many different types of pie fillings, and I think you could definitely make these into little treats for your family. If maybe somebody doesn't like apples in your family, you can definitely kind of switch it up and change it up so that everyone in your house would be happy. Hello, Buffy. I'm glad you guys remember. If you make any of these recipes that I do on my show, please feel free to post a picture. If you make it along with me, post it in the comments section when you are done. I love seeing what you guys do with it, how you guys make it look, and how you guys plate it. Always fun. Making the queso chili mac tonight. It was so good. We ate that for like 3 days, and it was so good. And the pie filling that I use is the Dunkin' brand. Oop, here we go. And it's my favorite. Lots of apples compared to some of the other brands where it's mostly like that kind of sugary, syrupy base to it. This one comes with a good serving of apples, which I really like, so you don't feel like you're getting skimped and buying just a big jar of sauce as opposed to buying a really yummy, well-balanced pie filling. Yes, you're so welcome. That is my favorite brand. There are obviously the generic brands that you can get at the grocery store as well that are a little more cost effective, but with me, if I am going to make something like a dessert, I usually go all in and use all the good stuff. No shortcuts when making a dessert. because that's where I really, really have a weak spot, is for some desserts. So what's awesome about this is obviously with our 2 trays that we have for our air fryer, I am almost able to air fry all of these all at once. We only have 4 left that won't make it into the first round of the air fryer. But here they are, all ready to go. We're gonna pop them in there at 350 for 8 minutes. Remember, my air fryer is preheated already, which means it is warm and ready to go. If you have an air fryer like ours, I do recommend that you swap the trays halfway through, because one will cook faster than the other based on which one's on top and which one's on bottom. So when if you have the Pampered Chef air fryer, it will beep halfway through your time. That's your indicator to stop, pull the trays out, switch them so that they can bake evenly in there. That sounds delicious. Turnovers with pears. I don't know what. Jason's talking crap again. All right, so while those are cooking, we are gonna melt up some butter, and we're gonna mix up our sugar and our cinnamon that we are then going to roll our apple pie bombs. We're gonna roll it in the butter, get it on all sides, kind of let it drip off in excess, and then we'll roll it in cinnamon sugar and let them sit on a wire rack to cool. You want half a cup. I am using salted butter. I love the salty sweet combination when it comes to baked goods. If you want to use unsalted butter, you can do that too. It's kind of your own preference. So half a cup of butter. I just put it in the microwave in a microwave safe dish for 20 to 30 seconds. Checking on it, making sure that it doesn't boil over. It doesn't take much to melt butter in the microwave, so always keep an eye on it. Marcia, yes, so when our air fryer is done, I'll just use pot holders like you would in the oven, so 3/4 cup of sugar, and pull them out, and we are going to use tongs to roll them in the butter and then roll them into the sugar cinnamon combination. So we want 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar and 3 teaspoons of cinnamon. I am using our Pampered Chef cinnamon that we came out with this year. So 3 teaspoons of our yummy cinnamon spice here.
Put that on. Mix that up.
Yeah, I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna use my amazing new little mini whisk that we came out with for our spring release. I love it. It's short handled. It's nice and compact, so you don't feel like you're overwhelming your dish when you're just trying to do a small task like mixing up this cinnamon sugar. It already smells so good. If you don't like cinnamon and sugar, you can always roll it in butter and then just dump some powdered sugar over the top of it. That would be good too. I know Rory has a weakness for powdered sugar, so I'll probably do a couple like that for him, along with the cinnamon sugar ones for the kiddos.
We like it.
Hello, Lorelai, how are you? So we've got our cinnamon sugar all ready to go. We're checking on our butter. It looks all nice and melted here. I'm just gonna give it a nice stir. Make sure it gets all incorporated. Butter has a tendency to separate out when you melt it in the microwave, so giving it a nice stir every once in a while, make sure that all of that yummy stuff is all evenly distributed for us to dip. I definitely think so, Lucy. I think any of the pie fillings that you like, you can definitely use for this recipe. If you guys try a different pie filling, please let me know. I would love to hear how they turned out. Or what you would do different, or even how you dress them on the outside if you don't do cinnamon sugar. If you do a glaze of some kind, you could do a blueberry pie filling with a lemon glaze on the outside. I think that would be really good. So my air fryer is beeping that it is halfway done. So I am going to switch my trays and put my top one on the bottom shelf and put my bottom one on the top and let those last 4 minutes cook in the air fryer. Make sure you guys have your reactions on the post. I'll be pulling off the names right now. Thankfully, it is not snowing in here. Boys made banana bread bars with brown butter frosting. We made those one time, and Rory and I basically made ourselves sick eating it just straight out of the pan, but it was so good. Definitely a very delicious recipe. I love the baby whisk, and it does come in a set now with the bigger one, but the baby whisk is sold separately if you want it. I love anything that's little like that, so it was definitely a nice addition for our spring release. Blueberry lemon sounds amazing. I know I have a lot of blueberry lemon fans out there. Rory's a huge blueberry lemon fan. Thankfully, it is not snowing in my part of North Dakota. I don't know about all the other parts, but it is not snowing here. It was 60 degrees yesterday, so everyone's calling it our false spring. So we'll see what the next couple of weeks have in store for us, but hopefully we are out of the snowy weather. Colorado, I know, is snowing in Nebraska. So I have my cooling rack out for when we are done doing the butter and the sugar here. Thank you, baby. So I am going to pull the names off. Colorado, Wyoming, South Dakota. Hello, Yvonne. How are you? I am going to be pulling the names off. Remember, you guys, if you have won in the last, yes, baby, if you have won in the last 6 months, you can't win again until your 6 months is up. I do have a running list. So the only thing that I'm doing differently now is that I am not pulling any of the names out, and when I pull your name, I look at the list, and if you're on the list, I just pull a new name. It's easier that way than trying to pull out over 100 and some odd names from the last 6 months. So hello, Katie and Sue, Bonnie and Cindy. Hello, you guys. Just make sure that you leave your reaction on the post, which means hitting the thumbs up, the heart, the smiley face, any of those things. You don't necessarily need to comment that you are here or that you are watching, because that will not get you entered into the giveaway. You need to leave a reaction on the post. It's down at the bottom of the screen. The heart, the thumbs up, the laughing face, the hugging. It doesn't matter which one you pick or how many times you pick it. You will be entered into the giveaway one time. Like I said, I don't pull the names out anymore, so we'll just keep rolling if we pull a name of somebody who has won in the last 6 months. I don't expect you guys to remember if you have or not, so don't feel pressured by that. I do have a list that I will be going off of. Hello, Rhonda, how are you? And Lorraine, you guys. Hope you guys are doing awesome. We are making apple pie churro bombs. Hello, you guys. 74 in Louisiana. Hello, Jill, how are you? I am definitely ready for the warmer weather. It's been a long time coming, but it always is. It always feels like the longest winters every year, but thankfully we didn't get a whole lot of snow this year. Didn't even have to use our snow blower this year. Of course, I feel like Rory and I finally bought a snow blower, and we haven't had to use it since we bought it. So I guess if you are tired of shoveling snow, all you have to do is buy a snow blower, and then the world will laugh at you and take all your snow away, so you never have to use this expensive machine that you buy. Yes, Cindy, eventually it will be pulled, you guys. It is a completely random giveaway, but because I am changing the rules, I'm hoping that that is going to make it easier for some of you to win, because I had a lot of multiple winners, which is why I changed the rules. Some people were winning 2 and 3 times in the last 6 months, so I did want to try and fix that the best way I knew how. Our air fryer is done, so I'm going to take them out and show you guys them. Hello, Cheryl. first time watching, we are chatting about the weather while we were waiting for our air fryer to be done cooking our apple pie bombs. So we have these guys coming out of the air fryer now. So they were in the air fryer, 350 for 8 minutes. Here they are, nice and golden brown. It doesn't look like we had any casualties of any apple pie coming out of the bottom, so that was really, really good.
You're done?
It smells delicious.
Jason was born and raised
done
here. I was born and raised in Las Vegas, so the cold weather is definitely new to me.
You're done?
Not done yet, baby. So I'm going to take my little tongs. This is another item that we came out with for our spring release. It comes with our coating trays, which is what I'm using here. These are our new trays for coating and breading chicken or making your apple pie bombs. Hello. Yes, you guys.
Can we do that now?
They did cook fast. That's what I love about the air fryer. It cooks a lot faster, more even, super nice and golden brown. We are going to try and do this the best way we can. We're going to dip that in the butter. And then we are going to kind of roll it around in the cinnamon sugar the best we can, making sure all the sides get coated. And then we're going to pick it up and put it on our cooling rack, making a huge mess underneath of all the cinnamon that just fell off of it. So I'm gonna take a paper towel or two and stick it under my cooling rack so that I don't make a complete mess out of my counter, which is my favorite thing to do. I am the messiest chef you will ever meet. Yes, you guys, it's the little baby tongs. My favorite, like I said, I feel like anything that's little itty bitty, I use it more often than the full size ones. Not necessarily because they're easier or more convenient, but just because anything little is cute to me. I've been like that since I was a kid. You give me anything miniature and I was definitely going to buy it because anything little is adorable. That's like the section at Target. All those like travel sized things that they come out with are my favorite because they're all little and miniature sized. So just take these, roll it in the butter, drip off the excess, re-drop it in the butter. Make sure you got enough butter on there, good measure. Rory's over here laughing at me. Set those on there.
No.
Is it so good?
It turned out real good though.
Huh?
That one turned out the best.
With the one I dropped?
Yep.
Twice?
That's the key.
That's the key. Double dip it in the butter is the key. The boys are welcome to have one if you want them to have one. Or, ooh, I'm just throwing them in the butter now. A good measure. They do look so good. Hello, Vicky. How are you? Just kind of rolling them around. Making sure that they get all nice cinnamon and sugary. I am making a huge mess, but that is when you know it's going to be good. They smell so delicious. We're doing our dessert before dinner today because it's Sunday, and why not? We are good all week long, so Sundays we can kind of eat however we want to and have fun with it as a family. And then we're going to make cheeseburgers when I get off my show here. Make jalapeno cheddar burgers and Swiss and cheddar burgers for the boys.
2 for me.
We are going to do our giveaway here in just a second. I am just going to finish coating these while they are still hot. I'm just spraying this everywhere. Hello, Dad. How are you, Brooke? Hello. How did I get the apple pie inside? Just bust myself jiggling the sugar mixture. Yeah, that's a casualty of the show. Watching me just make messes. Yep, the middle's gonna be hot, you guys. Be careful. So, I can show you about the apple pie filling that I got in the middle. So we are using Pillsbury Grand biscuits. We split the biscuits in half And then we flattened them out into about 4-inch circles. And then we took the apple pie filling and we did this with it. So you stretch them out into 4-inch circles. Then you just do little dollops of the apple pie filling. Make sure that you do chop up the apple pie filling so you don't have full slices of apples in there. Dice those up, just do a dollop in the middle. And then you take it and you stretch the dough around the apple pie filling, pinch them together, and then put them pinch side down so that they stay closed once you get them into the air fryer.
They're so good.
Sarah, so we do have a honing tool from Pampered Chef that will sharpen your knives, but you can also just use any kind of honing tool. You can get them at Target or Walmart to sharpen your Pampered Chef knives. Obviously, be careful with them. They do have an amazing warranty, so if one of your knives is just beyond sharpening for you, or you just have a really hard time with it, we do have lifetime warranty on our knives, and you can send them to us, and they will sharpen them and send them back, or send you a brand new knife if that's kind of the condition your knife is in. So just keep that in mind. Our Pampered Chef knives have amazing warranty, and it does cover them getting dull over time. So always keep that in mind. You don't need to keep a receipt of any kind. Pampered Chef can pull up your information based on your email, your phone number, and your name. So just remember what email, phone number you used when you ordered them. If not, when you call our customer service desk, they will do their best to help you and locate your order. So keep that in mind. You can sharpen them yourself. If you've had them for 10 plus years, you're tired of sharpening them, they're not getting as sharp as you need them to be, you can definitely send them off and we will fix them up for you and give you some amazing knives, sharp ones back. I am the messiest person, you guys, in the kitchen. I definitely won't ever deny that. Ooh, yum, a tuna melt in the air fryer. I think they're good. The boys look like they're liking them. They're covered in cinnamon sugar.
Amazing.
Rory said they were amazing. He took a bite into one and burnt his mouth, which he will probably learn not to do that. I am just going to show, I know there was one person asking, but just in case anyone else just wanted a quick tutorial and they missed it. So I've stretched this biscuit dough out. Make sure you do split your biscuits in half horizontally. You don't want that big, huge biscuit. That's just too much dough. You take it, you kind of fold it up like a taco, and then pinch all the edges together, making a little ball with the apple pie filling in the middle of it, just like that. Your pinch side being on the bottom, and then just set them in your air fryer basket on your tray. Or this recipe can be made in the oven at 375 for 17 to 18 minutes. If you make them in the air fryer, you only have to cook them for 8 minutes. So super quick and easy. Hello, Angela. Yes, it's a quick and easy video. Easy to rewatch it. I know some of you are coming in right here at the end. We are going to do the giveaway here in just a second. And then I will let you guys have the rest of your Sunday night to sit back and relax, spend time with your family, read a book, do whatever you do to unwind on a Sunday night. Thank you, Michael. You are so sweet. Always, yep, always in there with the compliments. Always appreciated. So we are going to just take this, finish my last 4 apple pie bombs. I am going to make these. I'm going to roll them in butter and sprinkle them with powdered sugar instead of cinnamon sugar and see if we like that a little bit more. Just make sure you use the Pillsbury Grands biscuits. You can use a different flavor. I just used the original Grands flaky biscuits, but you can definitely pick different ones. I know they have the Hawaiian roll ones, they have the buttermilk ones, so to each your own, whichever one you guys like in your family, or even just whatever you have laying around in your fridge will definitely work for this recipe. Awesome, Kate. Finish up some homework on this Sunday night. It melted? Yeah, you are just covered in cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, I need to wipe that off.
You're gonna wipe it off?
I'm done.
You're all done?
No,
No?
I'll come back for it.
Okay, you come back for it. So I'm gonna come around. We have 90 people watching today, so we're gonna do 2 giveaways. Rory, will you pick 2 numbers between 1 and 12?
3 and 7.
I feel like you pick those every time.
No, I need 4.
3 and 7 are going to be our winners today. Remember, you don't have to remember if you've won in the last 6 months. I do have a list of everyone who has won. So if I pull your name and you're on the list, we'll just move through and pull another name. Yes, Brooke, do it. It's going to be so worth it. So 3 and 7. 1, 2, 3. Holly Waldrip. I'm just going to check my list, make sure she's not on it before we claim her prize. She is on it, and she's actually on it twice. So we are going to pull another name. Mary Marvel. We're going to see if Mary is on our list before we move on. Mary is not. So Mary Marvel, you are our first winner. You have 2 minutes to comment that you are here to claim your prize. Mary Marvel, you are our first winner. Thank you, Carrie. 7 is our next number. I am acting like this is only our 3rd number. So we're going to go from here. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Sarah Garrett, we're going to just check our list really quick. And Sarah Garrett, you have not won in the last 6 months. So Sarah Garrett, you are a 2nd winner. Please comment that you are here to claim your prize. So Sarah Garrett and Mary Marvel, please comment that you are here. If you guys see them comment, make sure you like their comment so that, congratulations, Sarah. I do see your comment. Like their comment so that I don't miss it. It helps it from being filtered. Sarah, congratulations. Message me your shipping information, your phone number, your email, and your address so I can get something sent off to you. Congratulations. We are just waiting for Mary to comment that she is here. She has another minute to comment before we pull another name. If you guys want to see these kiddos eating these apple pie bombs, there's Grace in there covered in cinnamon sugar. Gregory, you look at the camera.
Going to town.
Is it good? Mm-hmm. Kid approved for sure. Congratulations, you guys. We are going to pull another name here. We will pull one more name. Susan. Susan, have you won in the last 6 months? Susan, you have. So we are going to pull another name. Heather Paul. We will check the list. Heather Paul. Heather Paul, if you are watching, please comment that you are here. You are our 2nd winner. Yes, peach, raspberry cream cheese. That would be so good. If you bake them in the oven, it is, I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 375 for 15 to 17 minutes. And it is in the description of this video for how to reheat them and how to bake them in the oven. So Heather Paul is here. Congratulations, Heather. Comment or message me your shipping information, your phone number, your email, and I will get something sent off to you. I'm so excited you finally won. I know we talked about it the other night, so I'm glad that you are one of the winners, Heather. Congratulations to the winners, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe, and let me know if you guys try it out, and if you do different pie fillings, let me know how they are. Have a great rest of your Sunday and have an amazing week. Bye, guys.